everybody, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you are a returning viewer, you already know what time it is. So as you can see, I did some layers today, and I also did a widow's peak, y'all. Peep. So yeah, if y'all would like to see how to do a widow's peak and achieve some really pretty layers on this 20-inch wig from Donmily hair, let's get straight into it. So this is what the inside of the wig looks like. I already tinted the lace with my Ruby Kisses cream foundation in the shade RD13, and this is what the hair looks like straightened out, because I did straighten half of the hair on my mannequin head. And this is the box that you would get from Donmily, and they send you a little bit of gifts. Okay, you get this little makeup brush. This is actually a really good brush. I use this brush for my lace when I tinted during the process. Also some cute little lashes. Not really a fan, not my type, not my swag, but they send you some as a gift. And then a headband, a bonnet, and yeah, I'm taking my bonnet off and let's get into this bald cap. I don't know why my hair shrinks so bad, and my hair is just so thin in the back, y'all, that my braids literally don't last in the back. I don't know what's up with that, but that's neither here nor there. Y'all see the cap? I'm already taking my scissors and I'm cutting around my ears straight like that. Now we're in the mode. To melt this cap down, I'm using my Ebon Wonder lace spray in an extra firm hold, and this is for sensitive skin, and I'm just spraying that right in front of my cap, and then I'm spreading it out with my finger to just smooth it out and get it in the place that I want it to be. Don't be afraid to spray it on your edges if you do, especially around your sideburns, because as long as you take off the cap correctly, you're good. Like, it's not going to snatch you up, but you want to blow dry that on a cool medium or high setting and until it is completely dry. And then once it's completely dry, pick those scissors right back up and get to cutting that extra cap off. Okay, boom, y'all see that? And that's how you want it to look, pretty much. I'm going to show you guys what I do with the back of the cap, because you guys do ask me what do I do back there, as well as the back of the wig, but we'll get into that later. So I just take my scissors, cut in the middle, then I take those two pieces, tie them in a double knot, not a tight one, and then, you know, just tight enough, and then I cut off the extra cap. And now I'm going in with my Ruby Kisses cream foundation in RD13 and this makeup brush here, and I'm just smoothing this makeup out all over my cap so it can get bald cap. And I place the makeup just in the middle. It's not necessary to put it all the way around, because yeah, we're just doing the middle part. I'm going to part this already, and I'm just really just focusing on the middle of my face and like the middle of my head to get the perfect layout. And then let's get into this widow's peak. So you're going to want to take a comb or the side of your edge brush where the comb is. I like to use that because it's really sharp, and you just want to carve out like a C-shaped card, if that makes sense. Not too much hair, but just enough. I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, you just want to do that on both sides. And then don't be scared to pluck. Okay, use your hands to twist and pluck those hairs out. It's not going to damage the lace at all, and this is HD lace, so you definitely don't have to worry. Okay, I promise. I was getting a little worried though, because I'm like, bruh, if this makes a hole, that would be crazy, and that would be just the end of it. But yeah, you just want to twist and pull those hairs out. I could have made it a little bit wider, but I liked the sizing of this, so I just left it at that. And I'm just hot combing these hairs back to really see how that looks, kind of pushing that in the direction that I want it to go, and it looked really good. So yeah, y'all, I just want to do a widow's peak today, because if I'm always doing like a middle part tutorial for you guys with straight hair, I'm like, might as well do something different and switch it up. So I did that widow's peak, and I really liked it. I do recommend you guys try it out. All right, y'all, so I'm taking my Erica J glue, my Hold Me Down, and I'm taking this back of my fine tooth comb, because if y'all seen in the last video, my glue like jumped out of the bottle, so I can't really use the bottle no more. So I had to just stick the end of this comb into the bottle and then just smooth it out from there. So that's what I'm doing, y'all, just using a thin layer as recommended. And it was a little tricky doing the sides, because I had to like twist and turn it to get at the right angle so that the glue wasn't getting onto my face or anything like that. But yeah, as you guys can see on this side, or on the side that I just did, it's already dried down. Like, I don't know what it is. All of a sudden this glue wants to dry down like pretty fast, to where I don't really have to use my blow dryer. But I did take this blow dryer that you guys have been seeing me use on my edges, that's originally for my lashes, and because it blows on a cool setting, so I just wanted to help dry that down just a tad bit. And I only did 2 layers of this glue, because the last install I did, it worked that way. So I was like, shit, I might as well save some glue. I'm running low. It did squirt half of it all the way out, like, so I don't really have much to work with anymore. So yeah, that's all I'm doing here. I did put my cap down a little bit further than usual. I think it's because like subconsciously I'm thinking about the widow's peak I did, and I didn't want it to sit or the wig to sit super high with the widow's peak. You feel me? I just think widow's peaks look more natural and put together when you put it down a little bit further than you naturally would, meaning the lace in your cap perhaps, because that's what I did. Yeah, and I don't regret it, honestly. Like, it looked good that way, like, honestly. So here I am pushing down this wig, and I'm placing it right where that glue is, and I'm using my hand to firmly press that lace into this glue. And you know, I'm doing it firmly with my hands, but with my fingers I'm being pretty delicate because I want to place it exactly where it needs to go. Then once my band is on, I'm gonna take my comb and my blow dryer on a cool high setting and blow dry that down a little bit to just further melt and secure this lace. So now, as you guys can see, I parted out some of the frontal, well, the whole frontal actually, and I'm using my Care wax stick and my hot comb to hot comb this hair. This lace didn't have a lot of parting space, so it wasn't really too many sections to go through. That's why I parted it out that way, which I normally don't do, but you know, this wig had a little bit of perks, so that's what we did this time. And I'm just going through section by section to really get this wig to be flat and looking seamless and natural, you know, like, yeah. So that's what I'm doing. I just like to use my finger to part it out for the most part because, yeah, that's really all you need. Definitely use the flat side of your hot comb because that side is really hot, as well as the back of it, to really get everything nice and flat. And while this band is sitting, I'm also going to repeat the same exact thing on the other side. And once all that is done, after 10 minutes, I'm going to take my scissors and get to cutting off this lace. So I'm being really careful, and I'm taking the scissors like right where that lace is. And I don't really know how to explain it, but you really want to have like a firm grip with your scissors so that you can cut seamlessly with the lace, if that makes sense. So I'm making sure everything is still intact with the widow's peak, trying not to cut that off or anything. And yeah, you just want to cut off that lace section by section. I did cut this lace closer to my hairline than I usually have been, only because this lace was sitting a bit lower on my forehead, so I didn't want that extra lace to look crazy. But I like the way that this looked. Like, all in all together, this was really cute. So I did cut this closer. As you guys can see here, I'm not missing no lace. So once that's done, as you guys can see, the two ends are sticking out and sticking up and in the front. So we're going to take some glue, and this was tricky because I was using the tip of this comb, so I had to be really careful and not use too much glue. And I'm just taking this little blow dry and blow drying that until it is clear, and then tapping that in with my finger to get it back melted down. I'm going to do the same thing in the front. Now everything is pretty much all melted in. I'm going to take that fluffy brush, and this is the same type of fluffy brush that comes with the Donmily package. Okay, it's really fluffy and it gets in your makeup really seamlessly and smoothly, nothing cakey. Okay, but I was using my Ruby Kisses Cream Foundation in RD13, and then I'm taking my Ebon Wonder Lace Spray, the same one I used before, and using my finger and just tapping that into the lace slightly. Okay, you don't want to take too much. A little goes a long way, and just spreading that out until it is done. And then once it's done, you want to let that sit for like a minute or 30 seconds so it won't get, you know, just so it can get a little tacky and dry down before putting on that band. We're going to leave that band on for 10 minutes. In the meantime, I'm taking some of my bio silk and I'm spooling that around this hair to just get it looking extra silky and smooth and flat in my hot comb, and just spooling that out really slow, as you guys can see, to really get that heat process through this hair, you know, getting it right in the front for the widow's peak. And excuse the extra talking in the back, I really cannot escape that. So yeah, we're just going to ignore that. Anyways, while that is done, I'm going to take my tweezers and get this part looking a little bit wide because it was looking really tiny. And you want to just drag the scissors, not the scissors, the tweezers, because that gives it a more cleaner and precise look and it won't give you any holes. So make sure you definitely just drag it. It's time for the baby hair, so I'm taking the comb side of my edge brush. Like I said, this side of the comb or the brush, it just really, like, it's so precise precise. So I really like to use this to pull out my baby hairs and to do them and to make my parts. I just really recommend you guys using this instead of a comb because I personally really like it. But yeah, now that I have those pulled out, I was going for more of a natural look, especially with this widow peak. I didn't want nothing looking too dramatic, not today at least. So I took my hot comb and I smoothed those hairs out just so they can look really flat and seamless once everything is all said and done. My baby hairs look pretty thick with the portion that I'm pulling out right now, but I'm actually going to go in and pluck those away. But this was like the perfect sizing for it, so I was cool with it for the time being. But we're definitely going to go in and pluck those hairs so it can match the vibe of the front. You know, we're going for a natural, not dramatic look. So yeah, I'm just doing the same thing on the other side, making sure to get a thin amount, nothing too crazy, nothing too bold. And I'm using my hot comb really slow, you guys, as I usually do, you know, because that's how we get that heat process. That's science for you. Pluck the hairs out on my sideburns, not the front, because the front was looking pretty thick and I didn't want to over like pluck it. So definitely just pulling out these hairs here, and it looks like I'm being heavy-handed, but I'm really not. These tweezers are just pretty firm, so yeah, don't be heavy-handed because that's just, yeah, the tweezers are going to do the job. Like, they're pointy. I'm taking my scissors now though, and I'm shaving off these baby hairs, just shaving them off like this, kind of just, I don't know how to explain it, but you see the motion of the ocean going on here. You see the motion. Once that's done, I have them at the good length, the desired length that I'm going for. And I'm just going to take my 1/2 inch Pro Kiss flat iron and curl these hairs under for my sideburns, and then over for the front, because that's the vibe that I like to give. You just want to curl them and then release them, and then you're good. And then for the baby hairs, I'm using my Nairobi holding foam. Yeah, you know, I'm just going to start switching up. Like, I'm not going to tie myself down to one product for the baby hairs. Like, I'm going to switch it up. So today I'm using the Nairobi, and she, you know, she did what she needed to do. You want to use your finger to get everything into shape. And yeah, see motions, you guys. See motions. You want to take those hairs into the hairline as well, so everything can look put together. And yeah. You really just want to make sure you're swooping everything, you feel me, in the same direction, in the same like way that the curl is going, if that makes sense. Like, you don't want to use your comb or your brush to like change the shape, because that's the whole point of curling them, because that's going to give it that shape. So you don't want to alter it too much with how you're using your hands. So make sure you're being really precise with it. And I'm just drying it down a little bit with my little blow dryer there, my little blow drying fan, to get it molded into place, because this product is really wet, so it does slip up a little bit or just stick up, you know. And then I took some Got to Be Glued on that side on the ends, because it was sticking up, like it wasn't laying super flat as I would like it to be. So that's what I did on that side. But on this side, that wasn't really needed. I don't know why, but I mean, I do know why. Like, they just always look different. Like, the left side always looks different from the right side, but the left side is a lot less difficult to do. Also, to really get the perfect shape and to make your baby hairs look really clean and put together, like using the comb side and then like pushing it toward, I don't know how to explain this motion that I'm doing right now, but please just pay attention, because that is really hard to explain. I definitely tried just now, and I've been thinking about telling you guys and explaining it, but it's really difficult. Just know that you should just go back and watch that clip and see what I did there, because that was tea for real. But I just took some of those baby hairs off on the right side because it was just sitting too low for me, and I want it to look, you know, pretty natural and not doing too much. So I just shaved that off a little bit, and here I'm just doing my sideburns on this side. Let's get into styling this hair. So honestly, to get some really good, crispy, clean, good looking layers, you got to use some really good shears. Now these were only $7, and I believe it was by the Kiss or the Red brand, something like that. It's a generic brand from the hair store, okay, something very familiar to you know, something that's just normal. It's nothing special, okay? But these were extremely sharp, and I'm basically starting my layers right below where my chin is so it can frame my face really well. You just want to drag your scissors for real, just drag them. I'm bringing all my hair together to the front because I'm going to take my scissors and cut like 2 or 3 inches off at the end, which, sorry y'all, the angle that I'm at, y'all can't really see exactly where I cut it at. Just know it's like 2 to 3 inches off, and this hair was 20 inches, but you know, for the layers to look more cohesive and I don't know, just look more put together and professional, I did cut some hairs off, and I'm just going back in and doing the layers, and then I'm going to brush all the hair out to see how it's looking, to see how everything's shaping up. And at the moment, I was pretty satisfied with how it was looking. So I'm taking my flat iron, which honestly, I don't recommend using a flat iron that's built like this. Like using a classical titanium, is that no, ceramic flat iron would do a lot more justice and better with doing layers and curling them. Because this is going to like, you got to just be careful with this, which that's what I was trying to do. Because I didn't want any creases with these layers. So I'm just using my comb and my flat iron to bump these ends and bump them slightly though, like nothing too crazy, because the layers are going to give shape on its own. I wanted them to look more put together and just more uniform, so I'm taking my scissors again. But after flat ironing it and brushing it out, I got a better idea of the shaping, like I said before. So I'm just using my scissors again. Basically, I'm stuttering a lot today, y'all. It's like I'm not focused, bro. But yeah, I'm sorry about that, you guys. It's just a lot going on. So yeah, I'm just taking my scissors, just doing the same exact thing that I was doing before. And yeah, bumping it again at the ends, especially because that's where we cut it, and I wanted that to look really put together. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Usually I use a lighter concealer for my part, but I was honestly feeling using the same shade RD13 for the part with my small concealer brush, because I don't know, it just makes it look really natural. I don't know, like I kind of switched it up a little bit and I'm fucking with it. So that's what I'm doing here, just brightening up the part. And I also didn't pluck it that much either because I know the makeup is going to expand it as well, like the part. So I just left it at that. I'm using some more of my Nairobi holding foam, and I'm taking that on top of the hair to get everything really, really flat, okay? And then I'm gonna comb that out like this so it can look all smooth and put together. Then I'm taking the IC Fantasia liquid foam spritz to flatten out this hair even more and get everything molded and flat into place, and my hot comb to secure it, and we're done. We have made it to the end of this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys try to do a widow's peak in these layers. Make sure to leave a thumbs up and a comment down below. I love chatting with y'all, and I'll see you guys in my next one.